Welcome into this reading. These are your pile selections. I will get cards, but for the moment, if you want to choose with just them, the egg is pile 1. I'm not going to hold him up because it's so hard to get him to stay still. It just rolls everywhere. It like landed there by chance. Pile 2 is labradorite. Pile 3 is hard to breathe in. Pile 3 is desert rose, and pile 4 is aquamarine. Yes, okay, let's get some cards. Okay, card for pile number 1. That's like 7 cards or something. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, I was wrong. We should get another one. I'll show them all at the end. Or I'll show at least one of them for the pile selection. It's kind of a fun feeling of wanting to put the crystals on top. Whoa, this deck is trying to fly everywhere. Fun. There's something of a reinvention with pile 1, but it's not complete yet. It's like it's reinventing within the egg still. It's like a fetus growing. Okay, pile 2 wanted to come out immediately. And just the one. Thank you. Why am I thanking it? Pile 1 can have a thank you too. 7 cards is just as perfect as 1. Okay, pile 3. Ooh, this is a cool pile. Kind of wants 3. There's like a return to exciting ways of being with pile 3. Feels very creative. And pile 4. None from this deck? Okay, I'm being told to get one from it, but this isn't the card for pile 4. It's just for displaying purposes. There's a collective message here of trust. Trust, trust, trust. Trust, 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 rah, rah, rah. Okay. Let's move these across, shall we? Ah, see? Oh. Oh, it feels less slippery on the card. I really noticed my accent when I said that. Card. Yes? Yes. Okay, welcome in pile selection. So, pile number 1 is this egg. It's like a fossil egg. With 7 cards. I will quickly flip through them. 1, 2. This one's backwards. 3. I think this one goes like this. Where's that shadow coming from? I'm trying to figure out. Oh, it got me to look up and see ravens. Fun. That is like that. Can you see all the smoke? I haven't had an incense cone for so long. And the smoke is insane. It smells so good though. The shadow is in the way. It's trying to steal the light. That's a cool concept, shadow stealing the light. Should I put the crystal above or on top? I kind of feel like on top still. Okay, he can just roll. Pile 2 is this labradorite with this card. I feel like I'm trying to like jump all the shadows. Ah, I love my labradorite. Pile 3 is this desert rose, which I feel called to mention came from my grandma. Kind of unknowingly, like on her part, so there could be something to do with that for your message. And I had forgotten that there were 3 here, so finding 2 behind, or it's less specific than that, I'm being called to say. There's so much fluidity with pile 3, like it just happens on its own. Okay. Jumping out. This card. Second card. And third card. And I also want to note how instead of putting the cards like behind each time, I was putting them in my other hand to hold. So like something being set aside. To take back later, perhaps. There's a return to the old with pile 3 somehow. But it's not necessarily like a return. And pile 4 is this aquamarine, the smallest of the bunch. Blue. Blue like my veins. And this card, but not really this card, so don't look at it. This is your card. But you don't really get a card. Pile 4 didn't really want a card. Pile 4 is definitely the most different from all of these. It's almost like the first 3 piles are different, and then the 4th pile is the only one that's not different, which makes it the most different. There's something so normal about pile 4, and yet the normal is the most uncommon. Okay, those are your piles. Let me look up to see if I can maneuver him one last time. Okay. Luckily he's pile 1. And I'm realizing after saying that that doesn't really matter. There's something about play with pile 3 also. I like threw it to the side. Okay. Pile 1, I suppose. Welcome in, pile 1. I feel like I'm not ready for your reading. Like I'm startled, like I'm shocked that it's already time, or afraid of... It's like I'm pretending I'm afraid. So this could be what you're dealing with. Someone you're dealing with, or yourself. I feel like this could be a time where it's not actually someone else, but you think it could be. So for example, if you clicked on this reading intending it to be for someone else, or like correlating it to someone else's relationship to you, your relationship to someone, I feel like this isn't what this reading is going to be about. So that could be, I don't want to say significant for you, I want to say there's something in that. Even if that wasn't the case for you, there's a metaphor of that. I heard partying. I feel like I don't often fill up the table, especially so quickly, but this completely. Never with so many of the same cards, especially. Are they in shot? Ah, I had to look up then because I saw 111. There's definitely something of being attuned to your next step, your next priority is what I heard. Your next priority, or your priority. You're being attuned to it, but it's not something that you're being asked to put at the forefront of your mind. Attuning, okay. Okay, what am I seeing? Collectives of synchronicities have been piling up for you. It feels like you may not know what to do with them, but you have a lot on your plate. It's not a lot on your plate in a way which feels disorienting. It feels like you're very much embracing a new lightness of life, and you're enabling this to take you further than you feel like you've been before. You feel like you're really able to see the way that you have long wanted to be on. Like you're on like the homeward bound. You're seeing life take the course that you have long wanted it to take. There may be something that you have been wanting to work on for a long time, and now you're finally like revving up the engine to begin this, or to continue this with a new sort of beginning. It doesn't feel like there's any like new beginning energy here, and yet it feels like a sense of everyday feeling quite new for you. You could have recently come out of a time or a long period of rest, or of waiting, or of like feeling as though you weren't able to, like feeling as though you needed to wait, and maybe you realized that you have more creative control, and you're understanding that in the larger scheme of things there's not really such thing as waiting. You feel like you have called in a grand new energy. It feels like dream, like you're living the energy of your dream, or you feel like you're about to, but it's more an energy of like you feel like you're capable of this. But there could be something strong about maybe you're feeling really close to a dream you once had that was correlated to someone else. I feel like there's that message from the start coming back of how this is like somewhat related to someone else. It's like maybe a dream you had with them, or it even feels like it could be their dream. It's like you now feel ready to live their dream, but maybe you're coming back to questioning if that was ever your dream. Okay, I'm told more cards now. But I kind of want to repeat that because that felt significant. Okay, let's get dragon cards. Let's get some colour on. I wanted to say the paper. I feel like maybe you're ready for for both a like slower and faster pace of life. It's giving me the energy of you're either in or you're ready for a lot, like being very busy, a lot in the calendar, but it all feels so slow. It's like life has slowed down and yet you are moving more. That's what you feel like you're either in or ready for. But I'm coming back to that energy again of it's like what you feel you're ready for is that other person's dream that maybe you took on as your own dream. And I feel like there was a strong closeness with that. I want thing to say with them. It feels like for a lot of you, this person may not be in your life anymore. So we got Magenta Dragon, enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom, awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. Yeah, this is what this feels like. You're feeling ready for a big shift, for that accelerated ascension. But my mind stopped me from speaking on the spiritual part, but it felt like that's what wanted to be highlighted. Because maybe you've been slightly focused on the material aspect of it and you're being called back into the feeling, because maybe that's what you connected to, that idea, that life, that way of being that was connected to the other person, like how they saw it. It's like you liked the energy behind their vision, and yet your expression of that energy would be something different. I feel like you're almost not in this reading. It's a really interesting energy. It feels like I'm reading for an old friend of yours or an old family member, an old partner, something like this. Someone you were definitely very close with, that you felt comfortable delving into your dreams together. I'm being so drawn to the fire. It's like a potent time, and this dragon is a head leaning on. But I was going to describe this like standing on the sky, standing on the dream, on her vision, on the stars. It's like something that you felt was impossible, that you always knew was possible, but it still always felt somehow out of reach. You're coming into actually being in that energy. You're feeling something so strongly in the present. Okay, I feel like I've got that message. What's the like but? Because I feel it's like there's like a shift of perspective that's been asked for. Silver Dragon illuminates your potential. Okay, so the words spiritual and potential are calling out to me. Illuminates your potential with higher light. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul. See higher possibilities. I feel like you're being called to make this a stepping stone and not the destination. Yes, I feel that strongly. Because this may have been your destination long ago, and now you've attained this, but this isn't the end. I feel like you're finding what you really wanted. Like what all of this meant. Why you wanted this in the first place. There's like a deeper resonance. There's something more here. And some of you may be like, what? More? Because it feels like there's so much fullness here already. It feels perfect. It feels like you made it. and yet there's more. I don't quite want to say you're being asked to not settle, because there is an essence of like settling into this that you have come into. However, it's not settling in a way that you forget the reason why this felt so good in the first place, which feels like it's to do with expansion. It's to do with connectivity to your soul. Where you've come from is being illuminated. There are so many elements here. Like, I'm being really drawn to the space, and particularly the fire in these cards, but also this, like, air. I don't quite want to call it air though, or smoke. Light. And the stars are really poking out to me too. So the other card we got was, can we see this? Green Gold Dragon from Sirius. Brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. There's so much of an emphasis on this just being the beginning, and you having more reach than you may currently see. I feel like you've expanded into like your aura is what I'm seeing. You've expanded into your own aura. You filled up this home. You filled up this placement, and that was just the first step. It's like from there on, you can continue to expand. But those words didn't fit. They did fit. It's like it's the right message, but it wasn't expanding the energy part within you that I'm trying to get at. There's like another renewal that wants to come through, and it's not in the way that you've had before. Or it may have been something you've experienced before, but it's not something you've been focused on. It's like in the corner of your mind though. You can go the extra step. You can go the extra step. This isn't the end. You can keep going. And yet this like keep going feels like it really takes you further down. It grounds you. I'm being really connected to the core, whether that be you feel that's the core of yourself, or the core of the planet, or the core of the universe. It's the core. I heard several cores for some of you. If you feel like you come from another universe, this is an example. It's like connecting to the core of this universe and the one you come from. And possibly for some of you, the one that you're going to. There's a remembrance here of all that life is, and why you're here in the first place. What you want to do from here. It's not necessarily like a why you're here, but it is that. But the way in order to really understand that is to return to where you're going, I think. You'll understand why you're here and where you've come from through where you're going, what you want to go towards. I feel like there's an essence of forgetting the old dream and going for the new one. And it's in a sense of like you wash away all that you once perceived to be, all that you were clung to achieving before. You forget everything and you return to yourself and what you want to create, experience, adventure through moving forwards. But in doing this, it's like that's what's adding to the foundation of what you already have created, or what you still are about to create. It's like you're almost going 3 steps forwards to create that, while the 2 steps right in front of you are being materialized or integrated, experienced. I guess what I was trying to explain with that was, yes, forget all that you currently want or all that you did want, but it's not really forgetting because that was the wrong thing for you, or that wasn't something you actually wanted. There's a slight, like, contradiction with that energy, but I won't get into that, at least not yet. But yeah, it's not forgetting because it was ever non-aligned, it's just forgetting in order to see what's aligned a few steps forwards. Okay, I'm gonna take some more drink. That feels like that's completed the second part of your reading. And then we'll get into the next part. There's like something about phases for you. Some of you, all of those 2 first phases felt like your past or your present, or something that you already knew. It's like that resonated, and the next part feels like more of a step up. You might not resonate with the third part as much, not because it's not for you, but more because it's resonating with the next you, the future you. Something along these lines. I'm suddenly so thirsty and my throat feels sore. Yeah, I can see that energy. It's giving me like a crumply energy. So, let's get some of these cards. No, they feel like they will go on top of character cards. Here we go. Yeah, it's like my mind has to drop out of my body for this in order to grasp it, and then it grasps it and returns to my body with it. Oh, that's a really good explanation. I hope you get what I meant by that. Trying to shuffle without like messing up all the lower section. Yeah, I feel like that's what you're doing. It's like you can't get to the next step if you're trying to not mess up the first 2. You gotta just forget that they're there. Do it without understanding any of your past or any of your present or any of the like near future. This is like delving really, I heard into the subconscious, but I was trying to say into like the far future. And it's not even saying that it's far, or I guess it depends on how you define the word far, if we're talking about time or any other magnitude, any other measurement of distance. Okay, what are we looking at? That's what I'm gonna ask, I think. What are we looking at? And it's really interesting that I'm using character cards for this because I feel like I'm describing for you more of a space or experience. It's not really experience, more of an energy. And I know everything is energy, but it's a it doesn't feel so tangible. It is completely tangible. I don't know, it's hard to explain what it is. So yeah, character cards feel so personal, and this feels so interpersonal. Not that I really know what interpersonal means. I just saw the colour pink. It was quite a light pink, but not super light. You may feel, okay, I think this is caring for something. And when I said that, like that which you were caring for felt very like teal crossed with grey. Bonobi, okay. So Bonobi is a character who, in the time of this story, this is a creation story of mine, the characters within them. In the time that most of the story is written, Barnaby is dead, and he has created a kind of book series. He has created basically 3 books, and one of them is very well loved, but I don't think it's popular. But maybe that one is like universal. The energy I'm feeling for now is that one is completely universal, seen, admired and appreciated by many, and then it's like, it seems to be a standalone, but it's actually a 3-part book, or books series thing, which are kind of confusing with how they lead into one another, because they don't really seem like they're the same thing, and yet they are a part of a series. They do go together. It's just in a really weird way, and it's very like potent creations, and 2 of them are basically lost, so hardly anyone knows about them. Yes, that's what I'll say for that for now. It's very unique creation. It's like, if you like it, you adore it, and if you don't like it, then it's like you don't really think anything of it. It's like you don't get it, or you don't... It's almost like only those who love this can connect with it, because of the intensity of the creation. And yet that's not how it comes across. It comes across like everyone knows this creation of his. It's like everyone knows the creation. There's a level of the surface that makes it very enjoyable for like everyone, and yet there's so much depth to it that most people would overlook. And I think most people don't understand why it's so beloved, because it doesn't seem too out of the ordinary, but it's because of that extra layer of depth below. There's something so profound about something you'll be nurturing. This one, Tilly. I'm hearing Tilly in a new way, and I'm being shown, I am seeing, and I'm being shown a rake. Tilly is a little bird. A purple bird. She seems like she should be very intelligent, but she's kind of just an ordinary bird. Okay, and that's kind of what it seems with this creation, or with this something that you're nurturing. It seems like there's like a nothingness to it. Like you could just glance over it and think you understand it, but there's so much to it. Weaver of Worlds is at the back of the deck. Weaver of Worlds is like the creator. Yeah, this feels so right, because it's an essence of something you're creating seeming so ordinary, seeming like not so different, and yet it can only hold that like strong sense of ordinariness because of its connection to everything. I'm seeing Weaver of Worlds as literally weaving every single world together, and this creation is the core of that. I think that is part of what that message of the core, coming back to the core, was, because this is at the core. And when I've been saying creation, this could be yourself, but I'm really feeling like for most of you this is something you do, something you hold, something you create. So what I was trying to say was, it's like, because of its connection to everything, that is what makes it so like palatable, because it's not potent in like any one area, it's everything. It's making me think of like water. It's like seemingly nothing. It's seemingly diluted, but it's not actually diluted, it's just that expansive. It almost doesn't feel like its own thing because of how much it encompasses. I'm getting an example of a type of creation that is usually limited to one genre, and this embodies like 100 genres, or just 2 genres, just several genres. Several or all the genres. Okay. Let's get some of these cards. Integration and solar plexus. Yeah, universal love. Yeah, it's literally everything. It's not a type of love that is selective. It's not one kind of love, it's every kind of love. It's not one kind of fill in the blank of what your thing is related to. It's every kind of this. The frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. I have to put that on Weaver of Worlds. I'm being told, no, put that on Burnaby. Okay. Okay. I also feel like I hardly ever get that card. And I use this deck a lot. And I'm being drawn to it being 44 too. And we even spoke about like being from another universe. Gaia. That's just the same message again. It's that of that connectivity to everything. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our Great Mother, and to the universe that birthed us all. See, this is going back to the universe again. You know, it's kind of giving me the energy of, because you're from another universe. Take this as a metaphor if you don't resonate with what I'm actually saying. Because you're from another universe, you're able to be outside of the present universe you're in and completely understand the whole of it. It's like you can express the whole of this universe because you're not a part of it. And it's not that you're not a part of it, it's just that you have an outer perspective of it. You're like, again, this is like, it doesn't fully fit, but it's like you're less a part of it. Or you're not a part of it, depending on how you want to resonate with that. Okay, so Barnaby and Tilly are making me think of the same expression, but Tilly to a smaller degree. I can't quite see what I can though. That's the whole point. Like with this Tilly and the Gaia, it's bringing such an aura of, I heard ineffability, an aura of like blandness, of not really getting it. But that's what it is. It's like, because it's everything, you can't really grasp it. It's everything. You'd need to be outside of everything in order to be able to grasp it. Yeah, okay. Do we have one for Weaver of Worlds, or do we just want to take another back of the deck? Divine Feminine. The frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. Your connection to all of creation. This is like a creation that is just the essence of creation. And magic beneath that, and going from 21 to 31. Kind of want to do that. Okay, I'm gonna do some sound healing. That might be it for your words. There's something about those steps, like going from that 21 to 31. I think there's that sense of like, I'm being reminded of the energy of trust that I said at the very beginning of the collective, I believe it was, not of this reading, but it's coming in here now. In order to really experience this, there's a level of reminding yourself of that which you knew when you first came into contact with this essence, with this energy, with this creation, if you already know the creation. Reminding yourself of the journey you saw that you would walk. Of the journey you saw that this creation would walk. Of just simply what this creation is. You've been taken back to 0 point. Okay, that's it for your reading, pile 1. That was a very, very cool reading. I'll see you in another reading, or I'll see you in your creation, or another element of life. Goodbye. Some of you got something from me doing like a square there. Very cool. Or someone. That like a small portion of people. Ah. My legs need stretch. Stretch my legs need. And my throat needs more water. Ah. Ah. Oh yeah, I didn't even touch on how your egg was fossils. It seems so obvious that I don't have the words to express it. Ah, I finished my water. Yeah, you've completed something. You've completed something you never thought you'd complete. Or something like you never thought you'd see it through. Like there was like you had a trust that was complete trust, but it wasn't trust within maybe a more grounded version of you, or not grounded, I want to use a different word. I'm hearing like the more capable part of you didn't believe this. So take that as you will. Luckily I have a side water. It's more like a cross between tea and slightly cacao water. Ah, no. What do you call this? Not dust. Not smoke. What is that called? Welcome in pile 2. I want to use a different voice for you, so this could play a part into your reading. It's like I wanted to use a really high-pitched voice, or I was being drawn to a very feminine voice. Not that I used it, but I just like had that desire or had that inclination / heard a very feminine voice. For the first time, I'm seeing these as like help. And I heard help when I said that. And I want to note how it took a long time, from my perspective, to begin your reading since pile 1. And this labradorite feels like it shouldn't be pile 2. It's like the nature of what you are experiencing is completely the way it should be. And yet there's somewhat of a feeling that it should be elsewhere or should be something else. Yeah, I think you have a feeling of being out of place, like you're somehow not experiencing what you should be experiencing. Like you're being pulled elsewhere or pulled backwards or pulled... You're just not feeling right in some capacity. Okay, so let's look at this. I'm gonna use the animal deck, but not yet. So some of you may have needed to hear that, and I think that goes into your reading of something you're seeing is yes, but not yet. It's like right now you're pile number 2. You're not doing anything wrong. I kind of feel like that will be the main message to take away from this reading, is that everything is okay and that you can trust that you are being led. You can trust where you're at. You can trust yourself. That's the main one, I feel. You can trust yourself. You can trust your connection to the flow of life. That flow of life being you. Your connectivity. Yeah, you can trust your connectivity to the greater whole. But I'm seeing that more like an actual whole. So it's like there's a gap somewhere. Like you feel like something is somehow not complete. Or that you're falling. But this is all... How do I want to express this? everything in due time. And I don't want to say time, I want to say everything is. Okay, let's get some of these character cards. I also don't usually shuffle for so long. There's something about like an extended something which is causing you to doubt yourself, doubt your abilities, or feel like you're not in flow with life. And I think it's also because you're really staring down this long road as opposed to experiencing the presence of where you're at in the path. It's like you're seeing the road for something you'll get to or something to pass through as opposed to like a path you're currently on. I want to say, where are you now? Where are you now? I think I'm being drawn to a song called Faded. I think it's called Faded. So that could have messages in it for you. Why is this? These cards are sticking up so much higher than the rest, and I feel like they often do, but not that much ever. And it's really annoying me in this moment. It makes me feel, and this is what you're experiencing, I feel. It makes me feel like I think you're feeling like as soon as you try and examine what you're feeling, you can't feel it anymore. And I've already shuffled so much, there's no point in continuing to shuffle. And yet I was still doing it. I think your logical mind is taking you like round in the same loop. And that's why you're being called to, instead of trying to follow this path that you're walking in your mind, like trying to zoom through the road ahead or the different roads. You could be at a crossroad and you're trying to zoom down all the different roads to experience all of them, to see which one to take or to see how to take the one you're on. But instead you're being called to come back to where you presently are. If you're at a crossroad, like not trying to see what is in each direction, but seeing the crossroad for what it really is in the present. Where are you now? Okay, let's get some character cards. Everything feels like it's going wrong for you, but I want to say that the disorientation, the parts that don't feel like they fit together aren't supposed to fit together where you're at, but they will fit in place. It's like everything will make sense, it just may not be making sense yet. I almost feel called to say, like, because there's more puzzle pieces to get, there's more parts of the puzzle to get so that you can fit them in their place. But I feel like the true puzzle piece isn't going to be outside of yourself, or there's somewhat of like an idea that the new puzzle pieces will be like the old ones, but so that's why I was hesitant to say it, because this one feels so different. Like it's more about your inner placement, your connection with yourself, with your soul. Words. How connected with yourself have you felt as of late? There's a call to slow down. Yeah, you may have been used to like the forwards momentum being steps up, but this is steps down. Okay, so the character cards seem to have wanted to speak for you. We have Oko, we have Manabo, we have Rinyori. I'm saying, hearing not to put them like that. There's specifics. It's like everything does have a place. I feel like you're fearing that there isn't a proper place for everything. Lishi, cracker snackle. Ishiga and algae. Hey, algae feels like it fits. Like that, just that word. I recognize that most of you don't know who algae is yet. Well, maybe that's not true. Maybe that's not true. Yeah, algae seems like it fits that kelp energy from the beginning. See, and it's like the final card was what allowed that kelp energy to make sense. It's like I recognized from the very beginning that I was seeing them differently to usual. I was seeing it like kelp, but like kelp didn't fit in this image. And it took all of these to finally get that it did fit. And it's like it doesn't even change the plan. It doesn't change what is. It just reflects that what is so, is in its place. Yeah, and I think that that's what those like next puzzle pieces for you are. It's not actually extra puzzle pieces. It's just the reflection of all the ones that you have already curated, or the grounding of all of those that you have already experienced in other forms of expression. For example, intangibly connecting two energies and then having that ground. It's like you didn't actually really experience a new energy when it grounded, because you'd already experienced it in another plane of existence. But you may have questioned that realm of existence, and now this new form of mirroring these energies allows you to remember that everything was already as so. I'm not wanting to use many like descriptive words in your energy. I'm wanting to, what is this? Leave it, I was going to say leave it more abstract, but it's not that. It's like the opposite of that. I feel like that's what you're thinking. Like something is more abstract than it is. Like it won't be materialized, for example, or brought into a new expression of being, or fully understood. But there's something that can be fully understood and fully experienced in the way that you're wanting it to be experienced or understood. Yeah, full stop. It's not staying abstract. It's not staying abstract. There's more of a point. I feel like you may be at a point in your journey. I just laugh because I used the word point again. I think you may be at a point in your journey where you're being called to just laugh. I was going to say that you're questioning. We had that message at the beginning of the collective reading of trust. And this is the place it feels like that word flows into your reading. Of you feeling perhaps like you don't fully trust what is meant to be. And yet I even feel like that isn't fully resonating for a lot of you. Okay, shall we look at what these characters are? So Oko is, I want to call him the second child. I heard the more mature child. I'm being really drawn to the color dark blue, and maybe dark green too. No, just green. Okay, dark blue, or like a specific kind of blue. Maybe a more purpley blue, more galactic feeling, as well as I'm being shown colors that I'm not able to perceive in this brain of mine. Like they're not colors that I know. So it's like almost giving rainbow energy because of like the full spectrum. But that's the thing, it's like it's beyond my current full spectrum. And yet, like, my mind wants to question, can it really be beyond, or is it just within? And that's what your energy is. Again, it's like, it's not outside, it's inside. The steps that you're taking aren't higher up, they're lower down. Okay, so Oko is the second child, let's say, and that's feeling like it's clarifying, or the grounded expression of this is Lishi, which is a mother. And I'll see if I'm getting messages from that after, but I'll just continue with the others first. Manabo is, I'm being drawn to the aspect of her who is female, and yet she's extremely muscly. And, okay, I'm not being told to hone on that. Okay, yeah. Feminine and yet extremely masculine appearing. And below that is kind of the opposite. It's like Krakasnakle is very feminine in appearance. Like, this is how others perceive her, as very feminine. And yet she has a strong mind. So I'm being brought to like the flipped of feminine and masculine and feminine. Outside versus inside. Okay. Oh, there's so much energy in this. There's like a lot of heat here. And then Rinyori is I wanted to call her a partner, but she's an unseen partner, and she gives off witchy vibes. Like, she experiments with magic in the woods, like kind of herb energy. She has a little pet dragon, little orange dragon, like a, okay, this is the important part. What's that called? I heard the word apothecary. But this dragon is not an apothecary. Not a sidekick. Like, what do you call those? Okay, this is bringing me to the animal deck though, so I guess we'll use that now. Not shaman. So, not sidekick. What is this? Not totem. Hey, an Ishiga has orange hair. No, he doesn't. Okay, he doesn't have orange hair, but I was brought to him having orange hair, so that could be significant. Maybe I'm being told to read this as the dragon. I don't have a card representing the dragon. Ishiga is a father. Yeah, I'm being told not to read it like that. See, personal choice. Yeah, I feel like that's to do with this. Okay, so I kind of feel like we've got child, but why is the mother coming down? Because I guess you could be feeling like you're mothering your creation. It feels like creation, but it's the second one. But I heard the more mature one, so it could be like something that was like a first draft is now second draft, and the nurturing of that. And then this Manabo and Krakasnakle makes me feel, I'm seeing it in a different way now. Before I was seeing it like it could be a deeper connection with your relationship, with a romantic partner, or a finding that. But now I'm reading it differently, but I can't see it anymore. Okay, let's try and understand this. Let's go for one. So we have Dragonfly Magic. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. 2, Manabo. Things feel very hard for you to see. That's what I'm experiencing in this energy. I guess we'll put them like that, so I can still read the names. I just kind of feel like this reading is so hard. I feel like that's what you're experiencing. Like, you feel like it's harder than it has to be. Like, why is it this hard? But I think that's because you're trying to like go down the paths when you're not down the paths. Like, where are you currently? it's like I can't read what I'm being shown. I can still read the actual present energy of you. Like I can give the support that feels like wants to come through in the reading for you. The messages that your guides want you to know. That it doesn't feel so much like guides, it feels, but that is going with this energy, because that essence of the dragon being like a guide of Rinnyori's, but also Rinnyori being like a guide for the dragon. Yeah, I was gonna say it felt more like yourself, like your higher self, your soul, wanting you to ground more into the present, and me being able to read those messages, but not like the situation. Like I can't read what is making you confused and the different pathways that you're looking at that cause this confusion, but I can read the simple guidance. It's one of these two, and I don't know which to choose. We're gonna do this one second, this one first. And at the back of the deck, we have Fox, clever. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. I feel like we might read that because it feels like it fits your energy so well. And let's move the little feather out the way. Yeah, this is magician energy. The ability to create. And yet that doesn't feel like it encompasses enough. That while those words may be true, it feels like I don't want to say that because this speaks to so much more. Okay, so Lynx, keeper of secrets. There's that energy of being a guide, being the side, being on the side. Something's on the side with this. Okay. And then eagle with mastery with the algae. Yeah, which feels like that sense of completion, that sense of you do know what you're on about. I think there could be a lot of doubting your own capabilities and being shown like at the end that there was never any need for doubt. And it's like those abilities never cease to be. It's just that it's like nothing about them changed. It's like they didn't go through a level up. They were there at the beginning, but you'll have that reflection of seeing, fully knowing more, just that there was no need to doubt, that they were as masterful as they were at the beginning. I heard reclaim and let go. Okay, reclaim and let go. It's like reclaiming that sense of knowing that you have of what you're doubting, of yourself, of your own intuition for a lot of you. It's not necessarily it is intuition, but it's like an energy of you knowing how to maneuver through life. And that expression is weird. It's because it's like there's not one way to maneuver through life, but it's a trust that you know how you most align with maneuvering through life. It's like you maneuver through life in the way that you resonate with. I'm like shaking my head and feeling like I can't express this reading very well. But that is the reading. I feel like you'll resonate with that. I feel like hearing me say how hard it is the experience that you're experiencing. Okay. So I'm being told to read the fox. See, it's easy. It's so much easier than it seems. And I think that that's the whole point. It's like, you do find it easy. You know that you find it easy, but you're questioning, do you really find it easy? It's like you think there's so much more to do, but you're right where you're supposed to be. You are finding it easy. Because you feel like you should be 5 steps further, but you're completely in your place. You take the steps when the steps are calling you to be taken. That did not come out right, did it? And yet that was what was being called to be expressed in that moment. It's like you're experiencing a mess, but you're supposed to be experiencing that mess. And I'm not going to get into that word supposed to. I think you get the message. Okay. That's what I feel like you feel a bit. Like you've exhausted your mind in trying to like be so precise, but it's like the true precision was already completed like immediately when it was asked to be completed. Anything extra was just kind of muddling with what was already perfect. Yeah, it's like that energy of like second draft. It's kind of giving me a vibe of like where you're currently at is doubting something and feeling like the first draft wasn't enough or wasn't perfect. Maybe due to outside circumstances where you feel like you're being told that it's not ready, but it was ready the whole time. You got it right the first try, and this second try is what's causing the confusion. It could also be... No, I'm not being told to say that. That's what I feel like you're doing. Like, oh, but it could be this or it could be this. No, it was perfect the first try. Or you get things perfect the first try. Okay. Survival, swiftness, cunning, camouflage, cleverness, wit, lover, family, ingenious, night dweller, between worlds, shapeshifter, magician. The beautiful fox is recognized for cleverness and cunning throughout the world. They have mastered the art of camouflage. They have the ability to remain invisible and observe life undetected. That feels so significant here. Like, with that being related to fox. It's the back of the deck too, which feels like it's the primary energy, but it's on the side. And it doesn't have anything confirming it, it just is already. And that feels like... It feels like you already have everything in place. Like, this is the energy. And the rest of these cards are just trying to show you that what is already there. That what you're feeling about your situation is true. You already have it. And you can take that word, those words, you already have it, in the way you know them to be. Yeah. I feel like there's just a lot of overthinking in this pile. It's like the thinking is what created something, enabled you to be a certain way. But now it got to being like overthinking. And it's not like that actually changes anything because it's over, it's just on top. But it's like, do you want that or not? Yeah, I like that. Overthinking isn't changing any of the plot. It's just making loads of, what are they called? Like alternate worlds. I'm being drawn to like anime or movies where it's like there's a primary one and then there's like smaller side ones that are set in the world but like new characters. And it's like that's what you'd be creating, just like random side lines that don't change the primary one, but they're just like on top. Okay, I have gone over that too much now. But that's the energy. It's like you feel like you've just gone over something so many times and it's just time to let it go now. If fox is your power animal, you will share these traits along with quick wit, playfulness, and family loyalty. I don't feel like reading the rest of this, but I will hold it up so you can screenshot it and read it yourself, or pause it and read it yourself if you want. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's it for your reading now, pile 2. Namaste. I love you. See you in another reading, or see you in another extension of reality. Bye bye. Oh, my voice went like wee wee wee. I just got the small message for, well, it doesn't feel small. It feels like it's something small. It appears small, but the energy of it is so needed, quote unquote needed. So relieving for you. So resetting, realigning. What was it? Oh yeah, it was a message of like treating yourself to something you enjoy. I got the image of like going to a cafe and having like a dessert. And I don't do that, so that in and of itself could be very significant for you. Well, not that me doing it or not doing it makes any difference in a reading. So that could be significant too. My brain just feels like it's trying so hard. I feel like that's what you're doing. You're trying so hard, and that message of like treating yourself to something is just the essence of relaxing. Of letting go, of indulgence. I feel like your guides, or like it feels more like your own person, like shaking your shoulders saying, it's okay, relax. You can let go now. But I felt so wrong saying that now, because it feels like you have been able to let go for a very long time, and maybe you have been in that state of letting go for a long time, or you've been in and out of it, and this is just a reminder to, you know, get back into that. Whee! I feel like I've never done that with this guy. I wonder if you can see all the pretty colours. I want to look in the camera as I do that. Let's zoom in. Whoa, so zoomed in. Let's try the other side. Ah. This is hard. That's better. You'll find a new technique. You'll find a new technique that is way easier. It may not be so fun, but like the result is so much more satisfying. It's like it requires less skill. Fun. I'm gonna put pile 1 and 2's crystals right back on my shelf. So pile 2 and 1 could be very interlinked. Or for you, pile 2, there could be a message in when you put away pile 2, you're also putting away pile 1. So it's like not just allowing yourself to relax into the presence, it's like you're allowing past you to also relax. I feel like some of you could re-listen to those last few sentences and look at it from another point of view, and you'll get a new understanding of that metaphorically. I love readings. And it's interesting, as soon as I said that, my mind went to thinking, oh, I wonder what I'll do after. So that could be something for you where you're really enjoying something, or you really like something, but you're already thinking of the next thing. But it's not even in a way that feels like it takes you out of your core. It's almost like that is something that brings joy in the present, thinking about the future. Yeah, it's like a sort of planning. It's that energy of like taking yourself out to like a cafe, like putting that in the diary, like you're enjoying wondering what you want to do. It's like you've created more space by letting go. So now you can enjoy wondering what you want to fill that space with. That with energy, it's like that wasn't really the word that wanted to be placed there. And yet I used that. Some of you might try and fill in this new openness with like the first thing that comes to mind, the first thing that comes in, but it didn't really fit. And you'll recognize this, but this is a small reminder, confirmation that there is something that truly fits. Oh my goodness, there's so much cool energy here. Oh my goodness. Bang, bing, bing, ba-doom, ba-doo, ba-doo. I want to get a card for you. Let's get some numbers. Secret pile. Secret pile 2.5. Secret piles are the coolest. Ah, the cards. Oh, you want a character card, do you? We'll get a character card and some number cards. And move Mr. Feather. Do you like my feather? Or do you like this feather? I love him. It's a red kite feather. Okay, what wants to be said here for pile 2.5? Whee! Ooh, that's 6 Really? Wait. Is Bonobby... I can't remember. How do I... No, Bonobby was pile 1s. Okay, some of you could definitely be from pile 1. Or this is a message for you if you feel called to go back to see pile 1, since I already had that message too of pile 2s and 1 being connected. Sweets, a candy shop. Izikiki is a candy shop owner, which goes back to that like treat yourself to something sweet energy. And it's also giving me an essence of like falling into like a calm daily activity, like into... I heard the word resources. Into something you're given. It's like such an energy of receiving that doesn't feel like receiving. Bubbles. Cherishing, joy. Small creatures. This, like, creature comforts. There's so much pleasure here. Allowing yourself to fill the... I heard fill the void. Fill the void with pleasure. 44 wants to pop out. Yeah. And 111. And 1, 2. Pile 1, 2, 3, and 4/8. Should I do 8 piles? Yeah, and that number 7 too. There really could be something about pile 1 for you, because 7 was the number of cards that pile 1 got. 56. Okay, 56 is the number I'm going to keep on the table. I don't know what this is. 20 or 12 wants to come through. Did I say 12 before? Was it 1, 2 or 2, 1? I don't know. Okay. This is the first card that I drew. It's like the simplest one. And it's the only one that had intention. Hey look, and now we've got the 21. Yeah, this is the only one that had like a meaning behind it. Well, kind of. Intense intention? It's giving me that planning vibe. Yeah, because it's like, I was so excited to start this little deck, and I went and walked to the end of my road where there's a bench and drew this. And I was waiting. It's like someone was coming to the house that I didn't want to be in for, but it ended up being a very pleasurable experience for me. So there could be something about, like, again, is that same energy of something seemingly like inconvenient is actually an opportunity that you can fill that space in with something pleasurable. It's a simple message of like, enjoy the space you currently have, because I feel like there's like less going on than you want to be going on, or there's like somewhat of like a lessness, but because of that lessness it's actually moreness. It's like you have more time or more space because you have less of something else. And it feels like this is like an eye looking forwards. Like, you get to look forwards, and I'm not meaning that like looking forwards to take steps forwards. It could be that, but it's just like looking forwards because you get to dream, because you get to feel the lightness that can exist from this space. Like, you're in like a potential place. Whoa, do you hear that? It's raining so hard. So much rain. It's, yeah, that energy a bit of like, some people could get annoyed by it being rain, like a rainy day, that they can't go out in the sun, or like they don't want to go outside because it's raining. But it's like, because you don't want to go outside since it's raining, you get to stay inside and be cozy and have a whole other plan for the day. It's like your plans being halted or being changed, and because of that you get to have new plans that you enjoy experiencing. And it feels like those previous plans still get experienced, it's just later down the road. And right now you get to experience like extra. It feels like you get extra because of this extra sweetness, extra enjoyment. But it's not even like trying to hone in on that extraness. It's just simply allowing for joy, allowing for pleasurable experience without needing to label it. It's so rainy. I love it. Okay, pile number 2.5. That is your reading. I kind of want to keep Easy Kiki on the top because it's coloured. Coloured with grey. Ah. Hair. Another hair. Yeah, it's like when you shed your hair, you're like, oh, I'm shedding hair, blech. But actually it's like, oh, I'm shedding hair. I can use this hair to do a magical creation with it. But that's what I first thought of, but then before I had started saying that part, I thought of something else. What was it? I thought of... now I have like extra space on my head for new hairs to grow. Or like there's room on my scalp for me to like do a painting. Apparently I've let go of like a lot of hair. Or I just have tiny paintbrushes. And like really, really delicate, precise hands. Dexterous. Okay. Pile number 3. Desert rose you are. Maybe something about... Oh, no. I kept trying to get at different things, but they weren't coming through. So that could be part of your reading, / is part of your reading. Like, you felt like you were in flow, but then you got shown like nothing, but it's like you got shown multiple things almost, but you didn't get any of them. Okay, so your first card, your second card, and third card, they all feel like creatures to me. They feel like this feels like a mermaid. This feels like a crystal. Or an angel. No, crystal. Okay. And this feels like a dog. The fact, and this looks like a seed, but I'm being drawn back to no dog. So, there's something about it not being as light as you're seeing it to be, but it being more playful or more like entertaining. Like it's more, something is more grounded, or some things. I feel like these could be 3 things you've been shown, that you, like 3 things you were presented with, but it's actually none of them. I want a, yeah, let's get a card from here. Like, what are they all the same? What are these? We have blue avian, which is interesting because I was thinking with the second one when I said angel, but then I was shown no, it's not angel. I was thinking it's more grounded. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's like instead of it being an angel, it's a bird. I'm thinking of not like blue avians of the more, what do you call them? Like ETs, like hybrid birds, bird beings, like more advanced birds. That's how I'm seeing it now. That's so funny. I love that. But no, it's like, no, this is a bird. Something could have been like presenting itself as one way but was another. I'm not really seeing it that way. And ancient Egypt. Creatures, something about creatures. Animals, it feels like that word animals. And there is a human card. Oh. Yeah, there's a human card. Would you look at that? Did I have anything? Okay, I don't think I actually had anything to say about that. And Andromeda for the final one. That feels such like a dog. Maybe these will be messages from, have you had like 3, I think these are 3 people, 3 beings that you have come into contact with, and you're letting go of them, or you have let go of them, or there's messages from 3 people to you. And I think it's a no from all of them. But we're gonna look at like why it was a no, or why it is a no, why it will be a no, or it doesn't even need to be like them saying no to you, but it's more like their energy said no to you, or your your energy saying no to them, to their energy. I think that's it. Why your energy said no to them. I heard we want more for you. Your guides are coming in quite strongly for this. Can you hear that rain? Surely you can. I feel like my voice is getting louder to compensate. And I feel like that is why this happened with these 3 beings, because you needed to overcompensate. It's like to some degree they were lacking in something, in an area where, or different areas that you would benefit from being in connection with people who have these areas. It's like they lacked in them, and so you were being asked to kind of fill those areas for them as well as your own, and that's basically why. Okay, and we'll get the specifics. So I want to get a rune for each. Let's identify who these are. I'm kind of being shown no. Okay, one is a mermaid, one is, I heard a pet. Who is this middle? I'm really curious about the middle one. Maybe you're most curious about the middle one. Like that's the one you're looking at most, or maybe spent the most time with. And this final one could be like to do with your home or family more. Yeah, I'm seeing this definitely very like from childhood. You've known this number 3 from childhood. Okay, so one we have Lagoose, which is funny because this is water, and I was saying mermaid for this. And ancient Egypt is making me think of the Nile, like the strong presence of water, the nourishment that comes from being around. I was getting energies of that which you don't have, and also child energy. So I want to know for you. I want to know, like, is this you were providing this, or they were representing this? I think it's maybe both. It's like it wanted to, I was thinking in my head, so if it's going to be upright, then it will be you providing it. And if it's downward, it was them providing you. But it didn't do either. It did like, it just wanted to be propped there. So this first being has a lot of love for you, and you have a lot of love for them. And you are equally as nourishing to each other, it feels like. Which may be causing confusion as to why this didn't work out, because I got the very message at the start that it was a no for each of them. Like you were presented with all the options, but it was a no for all of them. There needed to be confirmation of that. So for some of you, you may feel like you're questioning whether this first one really was a no. And I'm being told to amplify, to hone in on that message of the first one. So I think that maybe these go in line of maybe like something to do with time or numbers are significant. Like this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Even though I said that this number 3 feels like one so connected to your home and that you might have known them for the longest. So it makes me think that this could be, I can't see it that, so I think it's different for everyone how you relate to the numbers. If that doesn't feel relevant for you, then just leave it out. So 2 got Kenaz, which is interesting because I thought that number 1 was going to be Kenaz. There's also a lot about like your psychic abilities, because I feel like I've had that multiple times here, like more awareness of my intuition. Like I said something and then I saw it, like the human thing. It's like there's being, okay, I can't get that message out. I think that's it. It's like you weren't able to fully use your intuition with these, or you weren't able to fully see, and yet you were. Okay, you may not have been able to logicalize your intuition, but you did know. I keep getting a lot of blank energy for you. It's very interesting. It's like I can see the expression of the energy, but I can't materialize it at all. Like I can't really understand it, but I can experience it. But the experience of it is still very blank. It's like, is it really there? Like, yes, it is definitely there. But what even is it a bit? Okay. So, very passionate energy with pile 2. It feels like it knows what it wants. This one may have been most difficult for you to, I heard the word repulse, to go away from. Repulse. For some of you, if you felt like this second one didn't appreciate you or didn't want you, that's far from the truth. Like I'm getting so much passionate energy, like very physically sexual too. Like they really wanted to be close to your skin. But there's a lot of difficulty around this one. This one feels very silent. And I've noticed the rain has stopped now. And I'm furrowing my eyebrows. I think there's something about you that they didn't like. I think it triggered something from their childhood. But it's like it's a part of you that they feel they weren't able to be themselves. And seeing that in you being expressed, it's like a certain lightness. I was seeing the color like a gentle yellow. It really triggered them. I want to say when they acted out, it's because of this yellow within you. It's a gentle yellow though. What is that? It's like a chakra that I don't know of. And interesting that I'm being shown it in that. Like it is a chakra. It feels too blonde to be the solo. It could have to do with your mind. maybe to do with playfulness or the like non-conformity that you have. It feels like an energy of not fitting in a box, and they found that very triggering. But I want to say more, like less than they found it triggering. I don't know why, but the message of like they didn't like that about you. That's what's coming through. I think it'll be relieving for you to know that, but it also takes you more into, I think, a state of protection of yourself, because there could have been a tendency with this one to feel more open to them. And maybe in hearing this, it's confirming a gut feeling you had towards them, about them, and allowing you to protect yourself more, to move on. There could be something about being flighty too, because we see with this second one that there's like an intensity here. There's an intensity. The first one felt so gentle, but the second one, and very nourishing, but the second one is very hot and cold feeling, because they're so drawn to you, but they're also very drawn away from you too. I think this second one, when you really sit with the energy of them, and this is how you'll know who this one is particularly, I feel, when you really sit in their energy, you feel like messed up. Like your energy field just gets like toxic feeling. It feels like this should not be how life is experienced. This is messed up feeling. There's a small message for some of you. You're not being called to nurture this or to soothe it. You're not being called to mother this or parent this, however you want to put it. I'm also feeling like it's not necessarily love at a distance. It's just simply distance. And that's not to say don't have love, but there's like an essence of I'm feeling your guys wanting you to not overgive to them or to not give to them. It's like the essence of you just existing and you having connected with them, that is giving to them. There's no need for you to continue to extend your energy in any way. I feel like that will bring you a lot of relief, that you can let go of them fully. You can completely be in your own energy, detached from theirs. Yeah, that feels so light. I love your energy. I don't like their energy. It feels like it distorts yours when you're like even remotely connected to it. It's like we love them, we like adore them, but no. Okay. Oh, that's painful, that's hard on the heart. Okay, pile 3. Let's get a pile 3. Yes, pile 3 within your pile 3. We have Wunjaw. Oh, we love Wunjaw. There's so much joy in the third one. The third one really does feel like you had a really positive relationship with them. I keep feeling like a confusion of why this is coming through as like no's for all of them. I get the middle no, I get that fully, and this could be what you're experiencing too. Like you get why it's a no for the middle one, but the other two feel more abstract, like you don't fully understand why it's a no. And I'm just gonna put my electric blanket on because I'm cold. One moment. Or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Yet numbers feel significant here somehow. I guess I'll use the number deck. Numberjacks. slacks. There's an essence of slacking within them all. Not necessarily that they're like not in alignment with themselves, but it's certainly not in alignment with you. Okay. So do we want to get numbers for them particularly? I feel suddenly out of sorts. It's like, that's it feels. It's kind of a what's next for each of these. 9. Closure, completion, but that infinite too. Pile 1 feels like, this person 1 for you feels like you'll always feel connected to them. Oh, I guess for some of you this isn't like people that like you've fully let go of. It's just like there's somewhat of a barrier with them. Like this could just be conflict. I'm being corrected. No, this is about letting go of them. I think maybe you're experiencing that. I'm gonna say particularly in pile 1, a feeling of like, what if this is just a bump in the road? Yeah, I feel that. There's more energy of like ponds and water. There's so much to do with water here. This could be a mother figure. There's something about being the same or feeling a camaraderie with them, like a mirror energy. You feel like you've experienced similar things, or you feel like a deep love for them. But it's like, I want to say it's more of like a light, deep love. It's like a resonance of sorts. It's like you don't really resonate with them, but you resonate with their journey maybe. And it's like it's not you that's resonating with their journey. It's like the journey you have taken is resonating with the journey that they have taken. Okay. It doesn't feel like so much difficulty in pile 1. It may have been like an ending, or it may be an ending that is very much on both parts, like you both agree to part ways. Yeah, it feels more like parting ways with love and with like wishing each other well. Pile 2 does not feel, I mean, I'll just call them piles, that's fine. Pile 2 does not feel like that. So what is the future of pile 2? Or what will become of pile 2? Something about like looking forwards. Yeah, looking forwards. 77. And Kenneth, there's also a rune of like the flame, the torch. It feels like leading the way, and not all of, but I'm saying all of the cards just dropped then. And the number 5 wants to be shown. Change, movement. So 77 feels like such a Kenaz rune. Feels so like fire. I want to hold that up. I hope that's in the right place. I can't see. Or zooming in. Let's put these like this. Avia. Via? Like how? Like the form in which you depart could be significant for 2. Or the form in which you did depart. It is so. It is so. Maybe some of you are questioning if you already have departed from 2. And then the confirmation here is yes, you have. It just may have been like a weird ending. It may have been far more one-sided, and that leaves you feeling like it isn't closed, but it has been closed. Okay. I felt like I'd get more from the 77 with that, but I'm not. I think mainly it was to do with that guiding light. Like, moving forward in the direction that's fulfilling for you is allowing them to follow in your footsteps. Like, whether that be tomorrow or in 100 years kind of thing. But it's not just for them, it's for so many, it feels like. The imprint that you leave on the collective, whatever collective you resonate with that being, is I heard so many adjectives then, or words. Let's use the word substantial. It's not quite that. I want to say, it's like I don't want to say like it's so big. I want to say you leave an imprint when you do this, and this helps others too. It's like the experience that you get to feel of returning to your own lightness by choosing that lightness is, I'm being drawn to say, by choosing to walk away. Or choosing to have walked away is kind of giving me an energy of you already have walked away and you're choosing to solidify that path. Yes. The imprint of that allows for others to experience that lightness too. It's not like allows it, it just ushers others forwards. It's like it's providing a state of love of that. It's like you choosing that is the essence of you choosing that for others too. It's like such a heart-opening feeling. Like I'm really feeling a love for others. Like I'm being shown an image of like what are they called? Nursery children. And like that you just want to care for them, that you just want to love for them. And it's like this is the energy that you have towards yourself in choosing this. Like it's having it for you, but in the same light of how you would do that for someone else. Like what would you want for someone else in this situation? It's having that for yourself. It's so much like in line with having that for others. But I want to bring it back to the self. Having that degree of compassion and love for yourself. Yeah, okay. And 3. Yeah, they could totally be like an essence of them wanting you back, or you wanting them back, or like you accepting them back only because they want you back for the second one. So that's just to be wary of, to be mindful of. 17 for pile 3, which feels like the main event. It feels, oh, I'm seeing this like going downhill. Something to do with that. Like this is what made everything go downhill. And we see this expression in here too. But it's what leads to this is what leads to fulfilling relationships. This is what it feels like. I feel like this was the cherry on top. Ending this relationship felt like ending all of them. Ending the cycle of attracting others who don't fulfill that, those roles that we were saying at the start that you were overcompensating for. There's a sense of like not only finding freedom that is non-attachment to this one, but that finding freedom within so many other areas of your life. I feel like letting go of this being fully really has or will allow you to embrace more of your true self. It's like you get to experience who you really are more out in the world, or more in your inner world. It's like every facet of life gets expanded here. And I want to say it's like within your body too, especially with this being family feeling, or like at home, something around that home. It's like your entire home gets reinvented here. There's so much of an energy of discovery with this leaving. And a feeling that you did have a very happy relationship, and it's almost like because of how pleasant this relationship was, leaving that enables you to, or could have been, I just heard, leaving that allows so much happiness in a more expanded way. It's like how good you think this is, you get just about that, you get that. It's easier for you to see how you would get that amount of goodness and more from leaving them, from not having that within your energy field. It's opening space for something just as grand or more to replace itself. There could be something about expression with this one. I just found myself wording things weirdly or not being able to word things with pile 3. And I keep being drawn to this part of the card. And that keeps showing me my soul or your soul. And yet it feels like somewhat of a pitfall with this, or maybe a leap of faith. Somewhat of a falling. Like you really fall with this. Or maybe this was what was most difficult. I'm seeing with this one and saying that you knew this one was going to end for a long time, or you always knew that this was the way it would go. There's like a strong no with that, like no, that's not true, but there's some truth in that. It's like this was where it was all leading to. And I kind of heard those last words that I said, like this was where it was all leading to you, which brings me back to that soul energy of this release or this situation with the third one feels so much like it leads you back to yourself. Like you are the focus because of the experience you had or have or will have with them to do with the no energy. You find yourself. You enable yourself to be yourself, to find yourself. Okay, let's get some... I want to clear all of these and then get some more. And I was like half being told, no, don't clear them. But I couldn't really tell if that was my own mind or my guides saying it. But I chose to keep clearing them because I didn't want to keep them there. So there could be something around the releasal of these that feels like you don't know if it's your gut, your intuition, or if it's fear, or if you're doing the right thing or not. And there's a call to just continue with what you want to do. It's like it doesn't really matter where it's coming from, and that is your intuition. Or there's a sense of this message just wanting to clarify that yes, it's okay to not fully trust yourself in this process, but remember why you're doing it in the first place, or remember that gut knowing that you do know why you're doing this. Your intuition is leading you, you just may question it, or it just may feel different to usual. You may have more of a clouded judgment. And I wonder if my voice sounds different now because I'm looking to the side to my decks and putting these away. And there's something like that. It's like your voice may sound different, or the voice in your head, like your guides may come through differently. Like you may not be able to discern their voices. Because you're packing away, because of this move, because of the shifts that are going on for you. But I want to say you can't go wrong with this. Because the path has already been chosen by you. It's like, I feel like you were destined to let go of these. So it would just take a longer route to doing so. Yeah, there's a lot of ease coming through. Like there's no need to worry. It's a simple message. No need to worry. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay, let's get some... Which cards do we want? Let's get some character... Whoa! Okay. They like flooded... Flooded across. That word flooded is reminding me of the first pile with the water and particularly the ancient Egypt part. So all of the The blank ones are what flew across the table. So what is that? Something about blankness. The ones yet to be created. It could also have just wanted me to talk about this little thing, which is like a baggie, which has a back to keep the blank ones that I've yet to draw in, and then the front ones that have been drawn go in the more comfortable, the more proper pocket. So I don't know what the metaphorical message of that is, but they all flew out because this one is open at both sides, which makes it feel more like in resonance with the fact that they are open themselves. It's like they have yet to be created, and so of course there's not going to be so much like precision in keeping them. So the only thing I can really see, I'm seeing the main thing I was seeing with that is I'm being told not to say that. Okay. I feel like the energy that came through in that was significant. So if you don't get a message mentally from that, that's okay. But I feel like there still was strong influence in that. Okay, cool. That could be relevant for other areas of your life too, even if you don't really understand like why the experiences you had with these three happened. They still had a strong effect on you, and you had a strong effect on them too. Okay, I don't usually hold these sideways, I usually hold them upright too. There's a lot about like difference or change here. Okay, what other messages do we have for pile number 3? I love you, pile 3! Ooh, Koro sensei. So this is a teacher, and he is a teacher who is teaching the children how to kill him. Because basically this character is very dangerous, and he is very, very, very difficult to kill. But essentially he's helping teach others how to kill him, because that's what's safest for the world. Maybe something along these lines. Very related to the moon. I think in this anime, it's from Assassination Classroom. I think at the beginning we're shown how like the moon in its fullness and was like blown up by Koro sensei, and that is what makes the shape of the crescent moon. So the moon is always crescent, but it's not like because of waxing and waning, because of our perspective and light. It's because he blew up a huge chunk of it. Okay, what is that? Self-destruction, that's what's coming through. But like showing the way, teaching that of release. Teaching that of leaving home, perhaps. Leaving the old ways behind. Following, knowing the way. Yeah, to the children. Okay. I feel like that's a clear message. It's like all of this that you're experiencing with these 3 releasings, these 3 relationships that have been no's for you, you're showing the way with how you maneuvered through them, or why you maneuvered through them, or simply the energy of them being a guiding light for others. You're literally teaching how to let go, because this is John, an armadillo, and the moment I'm being shown is how he leaves his family of armadillos to be with his soul family, like his new family, to be with his like buddy, Draluk. Yeah, so basically leaving old family for new family, and the bosun being a baby at the back is just making me think of teaching that to younger ones, whether that be actually younger in age or not. Just the essence of those who have yet to walk this path of letting go you are showing the way, teaching them. Teaching the art of metaphorical destruction. But I don't want to say metaphorical. Nothing is abstract that isn't also... What's the opposite of abstract? That. Okay, yeah, that feels like a very simple message. I love that. Pile number 3, that has been your reading. Oh, it's not showing. Okay. Where is... Here he is. So yes, bye-bye, pile number 3. I'll see you in another reading if you so desire to see me in another reading. Or hear me in another reading. Ha! My finger's here, now it's C. And if not, then goodbye. I wish you love on your journey, wherever it leads you. And goodbye even if I do see you in another reading. I still wish you love in whichever way your life leads you. / you lead your life. Okay, I really need a wee now. So I shall go and pee. Shall we leave your crystal up? Maybe we'll do a pile 3.5 after I come back. Okay. Bye bye for now.